Ever slip on a pair of shoes and think, hold on, how'd they even make this?
Right.
Well, get ready, Kaz, in this deep dive. We're lacing up to explore the world of a footwear product developer. And we've got some awesome RoleCatcher resources to guide us.
Yeah, good.
We'll uncover what they actually do, how to break into this field, and where this career path can lead.
It's a fascinating field, really. Way more intricate than people realize.
Okay, so let's start with the heart of it. What does a footwear product developer actually do? We've got RoleCatcher's career guide, Footwear Product Developer, right here. And it's tempting to say, well, they make shoes, but it's so much more than that, right?
Oh, absolutely. Way more.
This guide paints them as the bridge between the designers, those with the artistic vision, and the folks who actually bring those shoes to life, the production teams.
Exactly. It's like translating a dream into a wearable reality.
So a designer might sketch this wild pattern, this totally out there heel. And it's the product developer who figures out, okay, how do we make this structurally sound? What materials will work? And can this even be manufactured?
Right. Exactly that. Got to make sure those stilettos are stable.
Exactly. It's not just about looking good. It's got to function too. Speaking of which, what sort of, I don't know, technical stuff are they dealing with? Drawings, I'm guessing.
Oh, you bet. Detailed drawings for sure. But also material specs, even 3D models nowadays. Got to guide that whole manufacturing process.
Wow, so it's way more technical than just sketching shoes all day.
It's a blend for sure.
And speaking of blending, RoleCatcher mentions that it's not all glamorous design studios. There's talk of visiting production facilities, getting hands-on.
Oh, 100%. Got to see how it all comes together, right?
Right. Makes sense. So are there any big industry trends right now that are changing how footwear product developers work? I'm especially curious about tech, like 3D printing and sustainability, big topics these days.
You're spot on. Those are huge. 3D printing is revolutionizing prototyping. Super fast now. And sustainability, consumers really care about that now. Where their shoes come from, the impact.
It matters. So footwear product developers are using recycled materials, right? Trying new manufacturing techniques.
Exactly. It's an exciting time to be in the field for sure, if you're passionate about sustainability.
Okay, so it sounds pretty awesome, but let's be real. Every job has its, good and bad. Someone listening might be thinking, okay, this sounds cool, but is it right for me?
Great question. And it comes down to personality. You got to be creative, love solving problems, and not be afraid of a fast pace.
Yeah. This guide mentions long hours, tight deadlines.
That's the fashion world, always moving.
Right. But if you live for footwear, it might not even feel like work.
Exactly. Nothing better than seeing your designs come to life. Amazing feeling.
And speaking of competition, this RoleCatcher guide doesn't shy away from that either. It takes real drive to stand out in this industry.
Oh, for sure. Loving shoes isn't enough. You need talent, technical skills, and you got to understand the market. What do people want?
So you've got to be multifaceted, creative, technical, business-minded.
Exactly. Got to have the whole package.
Okay, so let's say someone is ready to take the plunge. What does that path even look like? And this guide surprised me. It's not just about a fashion design degree, is it?
Fashion design is great, but other fields are huge too. Textile engineering, even mechanical engineering. Shoes are complex.
That's fascinating. It's like, I never thought about the engineering behind a good shoe before,
It's crucial. Comfort, support, it all comes down to understanding how the foot moves, what materials can handle the stress.
Like choosing the right last for a shoe, right? That's got to be crucial.
Absolutely. The last is the foundation, the foot-shaped mold. Men's, women's, kids, high heels, running shoes, all different lasts.
So it's way more than just finding one that kind of looks like a foot, huh?
Way more.
So besides a solid education, what else helps someone break into this world?
Your portfolio, that's key. Think of it like a visual resume, sketches, 3D models, even prototypes if you can.
So don't just say you're passionate about shoes. Show it.
Yes. And network. Go to events, use LinkedIn, talk to people in the industry.
Build those connections. Learn from the best. Okay, so now you've got the skills, the portfolio, and you land an interview. That's where it gets real.
Right, time to shine.
Next up, we're going to dive into acing those footwear-focused interviews using more insights from RoleCatcher. Stay tuned.
All right, so we're back and ready to climb that career ladder in the world of footwear product development. Got your portfolio shined up, your networking game strong, but where do you even begin?
It's a journey, right? Each step builds on the last.
Makes sense.
And RoleCatcher's career guide, Footwear Product Developer, lays it out 4 main stages. You've got entry level, then you move up to junior footwear product developer, then senior, and finally, the top, lead footwear product developer. A clear progression. So let's picture ourselves starting out, entry level. What's that actually like day to day?
Think of it like an apprenticeship. You're assisting those more senior developers, really immersing yourself in how a footwear company works.
Learning the ropes.
Exactly. You're like a sponge soaking up everything. Materials, construction techniques, the little details of different shoe styles.
The guide mentions things like collaborating on prototypes, creating technical drawings.
Oh yeah, it's hands-on.
Gotta get your hands dirty.
You might be testing materials, seeing how they flex or how durable they are, or measuring components, making sure they're absolutely perfect.
So you're not just like fetching coffee and making copies, you're in the mix.
Oh, you're in it. It's the best way to learn.
Definitely. So when does that entry-level footwear product developer, when do they step up to that junior role? What's the trigger?
It's about proving yourself, showing what you can do. As you gain experience, you naturally take on more.
Right.
A junior footwear product developer, they're working more directly with designers, throwing out their own ideas, maybe even owning certain parts of a design.
Okay, so that's a big deal. Not just assisting anymore, you're leading.
Exactly. And that means project management skills become super important. You're coordinating with everyone. Design, production, even marketing. Got to make sure your vision comes to life.
It's like you're not just the creative anymore, you're the conductor.
Perfect way to put it.
And then you keep honing those skills, gaining that expertise, and boom, you're a senior footwear product developer. What shifts at that level?
Influence. At that point, you're not just managing projects, you're mentoring.
Guiding the next generation.
Exactly. You're thinking big picture about the brand, where it's going, researching trends, new technologies, materials. Can we use this? Should we try that?
So it's a lot of responsibility then, not just about your own designs anymore.
You're shaping the entire team's work.
And for someone who loves footwear, but also like leading a team, that sounds really fulfilling.
Oh, for the right person, it's amazing.
But it doesn't stop there, does it? We've got to talk about the peak, the summit, lead footwear product developer.
Now you're talking. That's where it all comes together. Design expertise, business smarts, leadership. Got to have it all.
They're basically running the show, right?
They are the show, responsible for that entire process, from the first idea to the launch party.
So not just overseeing projects or teams, but the whole footwear line. Wow.
Working directly with the higher-ups, making big decisions. It's high pressure, but the rewards are huge.
So they need to really know their stuff. Not just about shoes, but about what consumer trends, what's hot, what's not.
They're asking, what's next? How do we innovate? Got to stay ahead of the curve.
They're basically fortune tellers, but for footwear.
Huh. In a way, yeah. Anticipating what people will want before they even know it.
That's amazing. Okay, so we've climbed that ladder from the bottom to the very top. But before you can even take that first step, there's often that one big hurdle, the interview.
The interview. Everyone gets nervous. It's normal.
Totally. So let's use RoleCatcher's Ace Your Interviews resource to break down that process, those make or break questions. All right, so picture this. You're in the interview hot seat, got your portfolio, your experience, but now it's time to talk shoes.
It's where it all comes together, right?
Totally. And luckily, we've got RoleCatcher's Ace Your Interviews resource to help us prep for those make or break questions.
Preparation is key. Totally agree. This isn't just any job interview. It's a chance to show your passion for footwear.
Exactly. Okay, so one question from RoleCatcher really jumped out at me. How do you balance cost and quality when developing new shoes?
Oh, that's a good one. Gets to the heart of it.
Right. It's that balance between creative vision and, like, the business side of things.
Exactly. You might dream of using the finest Italian leather, but can you achieve that same feel, that same look within a budget?
Right. So it's not enough to just say, oh, quality over everything.
Got to be realistic.
You got to be able to say, hey, I can design amazing shoes, but I also understand the bottom line.
And that's where research comes in, for sure.
Yeah.
Know the company, their pricing, who they're selling to.
So if they're known for, like, budget-friendly sneakers, you're not pitching some crazy high-end design.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Show them you get it, you understand the market.
And maybe even have some examples ready from your own work, right?
Uh-huh.
I had this design, and I could have used this super expensive material, but I found this alternative that was actually better.
Yes. Problem solving. That's what they want to hear.
It's like that saying, limitations spark creativity or something like that.
100%.
Okay, another RoleCatcher question that I thought was really interesting. Describe your experience working with overseas factories and suppliers.
Global collaboration. Huge part of the footwear world these days.
It made me realize how interconnected everything is.
Oh yeah, your designs might be coming to life on the other side of the world.
So it's not just about speaking the language of shoes, but also navigating different cultures, time
And
zones.
young, communication is key. Can you clearly explain your vision to someone thousands of miles away?
Right. Can you build those relationships, make sure everyone's on the same page, even if you're like emailing at 3:00 a.m. your time?
Exactly. That's a skill in itself.
It's like being a diplomat, but for shoes.
Uh-huh. Love it.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive. We've explored the role, the career path, the skills you need, those tough interview questions.
It's a journey, but for the right person, so rewarding.
Absolutely. So as we wrap up, is there one final thought you'd leave our listeners with? Something maybe they haven't considered yet?
We've talked about the technical side, the business side, but at the end of the day, shoes are personal.
Oh, totally.
As a footwear product developer, you're not just designing a product, you're shaping how someone feels.
I like that. It's about the emotion, the story behind the shoe.
Exactly. You're creating confidence, empowerment, that feeling of, I can take on the world one step at a time.
And that is a powerful thing. Well, everyone, there you have it, your deep dive into the amazing world of footwear product development. We hope you feel inspired, informed, and ready to take your next step, whether that's pursuing this incredible career path or just looking at your own shoes in a whole new light. Until next time.